And they are off. It was just a small pause to sync up the streams. Heraald is boosting through the section, which technically you shouldn't do because it speeds you up already. You want to avoid boosting through any section that speeds you up naturally. So far they are looking very even. Being a little messy through some of those chicanes. Ace has a good point. Heraald has improved a ton since his first matches. I was just rewatching one of his last matches where he died 6 times on Malister 100. Nacho has worked up a very large lead. Even though Heraald hasn't crashed. It's just what holding long boost does for you. I hope we don't ever get a COD racing game. Oh, he has crashed, sorry. Quite a bit to do by myself. Nacho had a very clean market section. That's the most dangerous part of this course. And slow, which nothing to be ashamed of. In this track, I don't think the FPS matters too much. Both of them are using 30 FPS. You can do it fine at 24, you can do it just fine at 60. Oh, a crash from Nacho. Oh, okay. 52 and 406, so that's a 14-second gap. So now both players will ban 2 tracks, and those bans will be in effect for the rest of the match. Afterwards, okay, so Heraald is taking out Abyss, which is a very logical ban. Especially for a newer player, that track can be a nightmare. Nacho's taking out Sebulba's Legacy, which is a somewhat short but very technical track. Inferno was banned by Heraald. Nacho bans Bunta Classic. That's a shame. Oh well. Around, you'll be seeing a Bunta Classic later tonight. Now, because Heraald lost the race, he gets to ban a pod. He is taking out Bull's Roar, which, interesting pick. Agree with me on that. Nacho is taking out Andobi Mountain Run. Going Heraald. Scrappers Run. No bulls. Expecting Nacho to take Ben here, but I don't know about Heraald. Ready? Should be getting the countdown here in just a second. And then Bullseye. Well, Heraald going with the safe pick here. If he can keep it clean, he should have a pretty good shot at taking this. If Nacho crashes a couple times, oh no, those are some pretty big ifs. I don't know if anybody has the clip of that anti-script. That would be an awesome clip. And they're off. Oh, an early death from Nacho. So Heraald is taking the lead. That's great. Should be making up a whole lot of ground through these next couple of straights. 3 and 45, so almost a 2-second lead for Heraald out coming out of lap 1. And now they're dead even again because of Ben's raw power. He dies again on the death wall. This Heraald. That was evil. Oh, another death from the wall for Heraald. Nacho's going to take this one. 7. It's a pretty good time considering having a couple deaths. And Heraald 217. None too shabby. Again, Heraald will be banning a pod and picking a track. Heraald is taking out Ben. Nacho is again taking out Adobe Mountain Red. Brew Coast. Alright, so Baru Coast without Ben. Ben isn't exactly the safe pick here anyway. Sort of expecting a bullseye mirror. I fully expect Heraald to take bullseye. I don't know about Nacho. Oh, Nacho is going with Mars. Yes, I like this. This will be fun to watch. Pretty sure Mars is technically the second fastest pod on this track after Ben. Certainly faster than Bullseye. But much harder to control. A countdown has been given. So it should be starting any moment. Ace and I had a Mars mirror here. It was pretty epic. Was behind anyway. If any of the Heraald goes for the jump and backs off. Mars' speed is really pulling him ahead here. Looks like about a 2-second lead for Nacho right now. Having a little bit of difficulty through the hairpins. That is a really tricky spot on this track. .29, which is a pretty good lap for lap 1. And 135, 134. Already Heraald is about 1 death behind. Not looking too great. I am really impressed with how well Nacho is handling Mars here. He is not an easy pod to control on this narrow track. I say right as he dies. There you go, commentator's curse again. Heraald also dies. Nacho dies again. Commentator's curse in this game. He still has a sizable lead. He dies again. It won't be enough though, but it'll be close. That was a really rough lap for Nacho. Heraald made up a couple seconds on that lap. If he can do it again. Heraald does make the jump this time. Heraald did not need that death. Looks like Nacho has this one in the bag, considering the lead that he has. I wonder if he feels that way about it. Die a few times. Watching Mars is kind of nutty on this track. His pod takes up the entire width of the track the entire time. Bulls is nice and tiny going through that bridge. And another 14-second lead for Nacho. Sorry, should be a. I agree with Everalert's with Everalert on Heraald's boost timings. Holding boost for as long. You want to hold a full duration boost and then cool down completely and then boost again. Heraald has been boosting while he was still hot quite a bit, especially in the earlier tracks. And you lose a surprising amount of time doing that. Heraald is taking out Mahonic, and Nacho is taking out Mdobi Mountain Run again. Interesting ban. Executioner. Heraald is taking us to the hard tracks. I like this. Heraald is Ebering Eve? No. Undo it, Heraald. You know you want the sandwich boy. The sandwich boy. But it would be awesome. We are seeing a bend mirror on this track. Didn't see if Nacho is taking a toy along for the ride. Find out soon enough. Well, it looks like he isn't. Isn't either? Nope. Countdown has been given. Toy Dampener is a great guy. Any moment now. And they are off. Heraald sliding into that first corner was a little risky. Both of them make it through the gap just fine. Entering this alternate route can sometimes be dangerous, and Nacho misses it. Nacho finds himself on the long route. It's not longer by much, but... Oh, and he crashes! If Heraald can enter the tube, he does. He does die in the tube, though. And Nacho dies entering the tube. Heraald has a pretty nice lead here on this one. Man. Looking great for Nacho so far. Here, Heraald entered the tube at 1:15. Nacho dies. Enter at 1:28. Heraald does die again. Come on, Heraald, you can do it. I think Heraald picked a good track for this one. It's a beautiful shortcut entrance for Heraald. At this time. In Heraald. Oh no! That usually doesn't happen. Nacho decided to just break that time, which it worked. If Heraald can hold on to his lead. $124 and 20. So Heraald is about 5 seconds ahead. 4 seconds. See if we can hold on to this. Really hoping we're going to Game 6 here. Gets a clean entrance this time. Let's see if Nacho does. He's braking. Heraald does crash in on a rock. It was a small lead. Oh, he crashes through the... Oh man, Nacho takes the lead. He probably has this now. Any more places to die. And Heraald crashes again. Oh, this is Nacho's race. It's a bummer, folks. 25 versus 435. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Oh, very well. Should be getting them. Oh, sorry, my microphone dropped. Getting them into an interview here. Oh, no, whoops. This is not. Alright, we still have one race to go. Mistakes you make when you're commentating by yourself. Alright, Heraald has one more chance to pick up some ground here. Heraald is banning Ben, banning Beto's Wild Ride. Going to Bumpy's. Bumpy's Breakers. This is one of the longest tracks in the game, with plenty of hairpins and plenty of long strikes. Oh no, this track sort of is a little bit of everything. Track is many places where you can easily die. And again, Ben is banned, so I have no idea which pods these two will take. Heraald is taking Bullseye. Pretty sure Bulls were second fastest here, and then maybe Mars. But Bullseye is certainly a very safe pick. If he can get a clean race in, be able to win this one. Looks like Nacho's going with Mars. It's safer than Bulls, than Bulls Roar, not quite as fast. Countdown has been given. Looks like they're jumping in. Oh, Nacho with an early death. It hurts. Nacho is struggling a little bit today, guys. All getting through the hairpins pretty clean. It's alright, Ace. That death was intentional. Nacho is beginning to close that lead. Heraald needs some more deaths from Nacho, and he gets it. Still don't think commentator's blessing is a thing. Yeah, there you go. Heraald dies. That evens things up. Nacho goes for the shorter of the shortcuts, and takes the lead from it. Oh, and Heraald dies. Yikes. So does Nacho. Oh, Nacho actually managed to hit the wall midair. I don't think I've ever done that. Both of them struggling a little bit through these hairpins. Nacho taking it nice and easy through that hairpin. Both of them took the lower route, which is slightly faster than staying on top. Oh no, this is only lap 2. Anything can still happen. Cut. And he dies on the long route. That is a random death spot there. Heraald going the short route this time. A little dirty, but he didn't die. That place where Nacho died, if you go through there, you die about... with Mars, about 60% of the time. It's kind of brutal. Right in front of the grandstands, you know, people there with their kids watching Mars go bite the dust. He bites the dust again. It's fun for the whole family. Heraald is a small lead. This race has been kind of wild. Both of them looking a bit cleaner through the hairpins this lap. Heraald is falling behind a little bit. He needs another death from Nacho. Can get it. If history repeats himself, that would... Oh, and Heraald dies. No. There's been a lot of back and forth this match. No, Heraald has lost every race so far. Heraald getting a little bit lost here. Heraald has lost every race in this match. But not by much. There's been a lot of back and forth between these two. And Nacho finishing with the 528, 528.9. Heraald is looking at around a 543? 43. Alright, now we should be getting them into an interview. Oh, Nacho and Heraald.
Hello.
Excellent,
Howdy.
you're both here.
Thank you.
Match, guys.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
It seemed like the winner was determined by the number of deaths on every drag.
It felt like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Back and forth, it was wild.
Yeah. It was crazy too, because I was practicing a bit beforehand, and like some tracks I wouldn't die once, then I would do it again in the match, and it's like, well, let's just die 5 times on the first lap.
It's a viable strat.
It was
I kind
great.
of did the opposite of that. So you did a bunch of tracks and just kind of went over them. I picked those 5 tracks and I just practiced as much as I could in like the couple of days I had.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it turned out.
That's a nice way to go.
Yeah, especially when you only have like. How many do I have? Let me see.
Okay.
Maybe it's 17 now. Yeah.
Those are some really solid runs for only having 17 hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what I'm trying to do, because I don't have the time to get good on every level or to get good on even most levels. So what I kind of have to do is I kind of have to pick 1 or 2 pods. I pick Bullseye or Ben, and I just try and get as good as I can on a handful of laps.
The viable strat.
Yeah. I was really hoping to do better on a Spice Mine run, and I'm still happy. I was 8 seconds behind or whatever, but I still feel like I could have done a little bit better on that.
Yeah, I think. Did I PB on them? Let me check. Yeah, that was actually a PB for me. By like 2
I
seconds.
got a PB on one. Not sure which one. Might have been Baru Coast, I think. Yeah, it's Baru Coast. For sure, I got PB there.
Oh, nice. I think I did the same.
Yeah.
That executioner was rough.
Cool.
Heraald was a few seconds ahead in the last 40 seconds of the race. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Died twice.
Oh, that sucks.
And lost the race.
Yep. I hit the door, I think, because the door was turning.
Ah.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure on like the place with the big spinny purple ring, I might have died there, or I might have died in the kind of the place before the worm tunnel.
You died in the little cave there going into the second
cave.
tunnel.
Yeah.
Dang.
That one was close.
I was really sad that you banned Inferno. Just in case I got to choose a one. I like Inferno. So that was smart.
Not a fan of Inferno.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that was some good racing. GG.
Yeah, it was. GG.
Anything else you guys want to say?
Nope, I think that's it for me.
No, that's it.
Okay. It's been great having you. It was a good match to watch.
Yeah, thanks for commentating for us.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So in 2 hours at 11 o'clock Eastern time, I and Enfro will be facing each other. Match from earlier today. So you can join us there.
I'll check that out.
We have a planned. It should be a lot of fun.
Nice. All right, well, good luck to you on that tonight.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And good racing.
Yep, thanks.
You too. Bye.